Before heading to Venice, we chose to see the more distant islands, and to get there we took a boat from the airport water bus station. First island we visited was Murano. It is a small island famous for glassmaking. Today Murano houses numerous glass factories as well as a few art studios. There is even a glass museum with exhibits on glassmaking history. The island is full of shops with different items made out of glass. During the 15th century, Murano glassmakers invented the finest glass in the world called cristallo. On the island there is also a beautiful 7th century Basilica di Santa Maria San Donato that really catches the eye. To move around the islands we got 24-hour passes Venezia Unica that allowed us to take Venetian water bus, which they called Vaporetto. It is very convenient and works just like a normal bus or metro. In fact, Venice is Europe's largest urban car-free area and it's a fully functional city. Another small island we visited was Burano. This island is known for its lace making and Instagram-worthy fishermen houses. After taking hundreds of photos, we got to the water bus station and boarded Vaporetto to the north of Venice.
Where are we going?
Venice. Venice.
We had our hotel in the city central area called Rialto. There we saw the famous Rialto market, which is nearly 1,000 years old, and the monumental Rialto bridge across the Grand Canal. This area used to be the commercial and financial center of the Venetian Republic.
Oh no, you don't.
We took Vaporetto to a park called Giardini della Biennale. It is the biggest park in Venice and it contains gardens with art exhibitions and 30 pavilions of different countries. Then we saw the Arsenal, which is just one station away from Giardini. Venetian Arsenal was Europe's largest industrial complex before the Industrial Revolution, producing the majority of the Venetian Republic's naval power and merchant ships. Next stop is the famous Piazza San Marco, but first on our way we saw the well-known bridge Ponte di Sospiri, or the Bridge of Sighs. The bridge links the Doge's Palace with the former prison of the Inquisition. The sighs were not lovers' sighs, but the sad sighs of the condemned who passed over the bridge and took one last look at Venice before being executed. Palazzo Ducale, or the Doge's Palace, is the most important building in the city. It was primarily the residence of the Doges of the Republic. It was also the meeting place of the Grand Council and the Senate, as well as the Supreme Court and the secret police.
What's the most feared inquisitor doing in Venice?
I'm here to arrest Giacomo Casanova.
The ground floor also housed lawyers' offices, censorship services, and maritime department. The top floor balcony served as a celebratory platform from which the Doge presented himself to the people, and the visitors of the city who arrived at the palace from the Piazzetta side found themselves at the feet of the Republic's ruler. Piazza San Marco was once the political and religious center of the city. It was formed in the 9th century as a small space in front of St. Mark's Cathedral. It was expanded to its size in 1177 for the meeting between King Frederick Barbarossa and Pope Alexander III. Later it became the typical site of the city's major festivities, including the well-known Venetian Carnival. St. Mark's Basilica is the most famous church of the city and one of the best-known examples of Italo-Byzantine architecture.
Voilà. Les chevaux.
Three long buildings that surround St. Mark's Square are the old attorney's offices, new attorney's offices, and Napoleonic wing. On the ground floor there are several cafes, including the famous Florian Cafe. One of the most important museums of Venice, Correr Museum, occupies some of the spaces of Napoleonic wing and part of new attorney offices. On the square there is also a clock tower, which can be seen from the lagoon's seas, demonstrating Venice's richness and magnificence. Behind St. Mark's Square there are royal gardens open to the public. If you're looking for luxury boutiques, such as Saint Laurent, Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana, you can find them in Calle Larga. Very close by the street there is La Fenice Theatre. The theatre is one of the most beautiful in Italy and is the debut location of some of the most famous operas such as Rigoletto and La Traviata. Lastly, to get to the airport, we took a bus from Piazza di Roma, and this is where our journey came to an end. It was a fantastic trip, and I really wanted to see Venice, and it didn't disappoint. It was absolutely stunning, and everything turned out to be just as I had hoped. Hope you enjoyed this video about my trip to Venice. Hit a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.